Welcome to week 35. The electricians are back and have plumbed in the LED dimmer. Tom tidies up the chart table. Dang, the varnisher is back. And I take a seat at the chart table for Boyd Goldie, who got in touch asking about our nav station. Another week, another old face. Dang is back from Langkawi and is preparing the boat for a couple of jobs. He's finishing off those bedding plates you saw Moo working on last week, and he's preparing the interior for its final coat of polyurethane. Oh, look who's back. It's Dang. Dang's here. Alright, Dang? How's it going? Listening to some lovely music. As you can see, he has put the old cling film up and he's going to start varnishing in the front of the boat. Tom, do you want to tell us what you're doing in the chart table? On the first cupboard in the control panel area above the chart table, he's putting a couple of shelves here, and hopefully these are going to house either the 12-volt Alusha computer or hard drives or an inverter or two. Yet to decide, because we need to start putting these in place and see what's available. What we're also going to do here in this cavity is we're going to have a door that's going to drop down from there to there, and that gives a bit more storage space for things like the larger inverter. What are you doing, Tom? What's that? Ah, I know what that is. That is to go on there. So the idea is he's put some plugs at the back, and with those plugs it should just pop on the front. There we go, look at that. Well done, Tom. Happy?
Happy.
Good?
Good.
Yeah, very good. But the reason why he's done that is we don't want to epoxy it in place. We just want to be able to pop this off when we need to get to the cables behind. But the reason why we've done this is because there's a water inlet here. That's where we fill up the water tanks, and I didn't want any water ingress at all leaking into the electrical components here, so we've actually sectioned that off. Little tip I learnt very early on in the project was do not throw away anything, including everything that you take off the boat that you think you're never going to use again, because invariably somewhere down the line one piece of wood or metal may come in useful. The reason why I'm showing you this container is because up there, you can't really see it, are lots of bits and pieces that came off Esper. Cockpit boxes, old dining tables, pipes for toilets which have just come across, which has just saved me buying 2 meters of pipe. Anyway, up there we found our old dining table cabinet, so it was the support for the dining table, and it's exactly what we're looking for. We just want to make a little platform at the back of a cupboard, a little surface. We were looking for 10mm of a certain length, and that is exactly what we were looking for. So, lesson learned, never throw anything away. I mentioned that pipe. This came out of our forward heads. It just so happens I need some extra pipe for our holding tank. It's not cheap, this stuff, either. So I'm glad we kept hold of that, because that's going to come in useful. One thing we have been doing recently is covering up our masts, the booms, spinnaker pole and the boat itself in cling film. And this is because there's quite a lot of spray painting going on in the rest of the yard, and also cutting metal as well. Another yachty had his mast just down from ours, and some guys had been angle grinding at some stainless, which created sparks, and they landed on his freshly painted mast, leaving rust spots. So I'm not taking any chances. Okay, Dripless Seal. This is going to replace my stuffing box. I've never installed one before, so I've just taken out the stuffing box, which is this here, and as you can see over the years, well, I don't know if you can see this down there, over the years the grease that the stuffing box is packed with has really got quite compact, and I'm not even sure if this is perhaps what caused the crevice corrosion on our shaft. Anyway, the new seal fits on that there, which is where the shaft comes in from the water. We're fairly satisfied with the stuffing box, to be honest. It was never a big deal. A little bit dirty, and of course you did always have the water dripping into the bilges, which was a minor inconvenience, I suppose, but I'm going to keep hold of the stuffing box just in case we're not particularly happy with the Dripless Seal. Mixed reviews on the Dripless Seal. I've heard people rave about it and saying they'd never go back to the stuffing box, and I've heard reports of leaky Dripless Seals, but of course one wonders if that's just due to incorrect installation. It's a healthy view. Those are the flip-flops of the electricians, and there's an electrician's bag there as well. So after a 4-week abstinence, we now have the electrician's bag. Hurrah! Well, everywhere you turn at the moment there's someone in the way. So this is Nut, or Nut. How do you pronounce your name? Nut.
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 Yeah.
Nut. So it's N-U-T, but not quite with that strong T at the end. And Nut's going to be taken over from Bam. It's all going in the chart table area. We've got 3 guys looking at the electrics, and then we've got Ton, who's about to make a load of noise with his router, routing a channel for the LED mood lights underneath the chart table. Sombat, how's it going?
Yep.
Okay?
Okay.
Good. I'm here with Dean, with Nut, and they have been working on... What's going on? The lights have turned off. The lights are on. Look at this. I always said that the lighting on Esper was one of my favourite parts of this refit project, and what these guys have done is they've rigged up the Saloon lights onto a circuit which is going through this dimmer switch here. The dimmer switch also has this remote control, which means we can change the brightness of the lights. So Julie, if you just point up, you'll see 25%, 50%, 75, or 25 and 100 by the looks of it, 50, 100, there you go. Look at that. Very exciting. So big thanks to these 2 chaps.